1, race 19 of my F1 2021 My Team Career Mode. Yeah, so we're here in Australia for the Australian Grand Prix, and I guess it's appropriate that the pole sitter is Daniel Ricciardo, who is, of course, Australian. So, it's interesting. Um, we'll see what any grid penalties help us out. But as you can see, we're down to P15. P15. For whatever reason, I don't know what it is. Australia has never been the best track for me. I have won here before. It's always the first time I go there, a new game seems to be the most difficult. Anyway, but particularly the turn, I guess it's turn 9 and 10, where you go through the long sort of left turning straight around the lake, and then you make a quick left and a quick right. That complex has been throwing me off the whole practice sessions, or through all the practice sessions, I should say. This hasn't been, it's kind of a little bit of a difficult stretch here, trying to get the hang of this track. So I'll give you some updates here. So weather gets cloudy by the end, but we should be okay for the race. In the progress history, actually, see we're in the sort of in the mix now. We are sandwiched between AlphaTauri and Alfa Romeo, which is progress. Probably won't be making any more upgrades for the rest of the season, just to save up the resource points to make the necessary saves to the upgrades that we've made for the aerodynamics and the durability. Good news is we have now officially protected all the parts in the aerodynamic side, which is good. Of course, now the durability is at risk, and that'll be a bit more of a challenge given the races we have left, but I think we can make it through, get most of these. So yeah, at least we're protected on that end of things. So check again. Everything's good, 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 and good. Alright. So all of that is taken care of. So now we can go to the Australian Grand Prix. And we're going to see how we do. I don't really know how things are going to work, but we will see how it turns out.
Today's race, and I think it's shaping up to be a classic. We go racing today then in the state of Victoria, where the drivers have 16 corners and 3.3 miles to navigate at an average lap speed of around 120 miles an hour. The close proximity of the barriers makes accidents inevitable, and recent history shows us that a safety car is not at all out of the question. Anthony Davidson joins me once again in the commentary box, and it's fantastic to have you with us here today, but I'm curious, as a man with experience out on the track, how do you stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
But from the moment qualifying's over, you start to feel the adrenaline in your body build up and the buzz in your stomach as you anticipate the run down into turn one. It's all a bit like going into battle, and the unknown situation makes you nervous. Those pre-race nerves are a good thing. The day you don't have them means that you don't care anymore. And of course you have to make sure that all the procedures are second nature to you, so that they're not taking up too much of your capacity.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, edging out Sergio Perez, who lines up P2. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Sainz, Leclerc, Valtteri Bottas, and Vettel. Norris, they've taken a grid penalty. Stroll, the owner driver, and Yuki Tsunoda. Ricciardo, Fernando Alonso, they'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Esteban Ocon and Verstappen. Raikkonen, they've taken a grid penalty. Mick Schumacher, and Guan Yu Zhou, and Pierre Gasly. Mazepin, Latifi, Giovinazzi, and George Russell ends our grid lineup. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out. Then let's see who can prevail today.
Okay, step away for a brief moment. We're pretty much ready to go here. Of course, was expecting the engine penalties. Fortunate for Ricardo, he loses his pole position. We go from P15 to P9. So we are in pretty solid shape, I must say. Strategy calls for soft to hard, though if we can, I would like to make that soft to medium. So we'll see how that works out. We do have some upgrades to the tires, to the chassis upgrades, so yeah, hopefully this race will turn out okay. I'm predicting we'll probably end up using a lot of rewinds, but that's okay. This is what the rewinds are for. Alright. So instead of the McLarens being on pole.
Right, let's get the car up to temperature on this lap. We're learning the gears, so go through them all if you can.
Front row, instead of being Ricciardo and Norris, is Hamilton and Perez.
The drivers we're racing are Stroll and Tsunoda. Conditions look stable at the moment. No rain currently expected. Dries seem like the best tyre for now.
Of course, this will be the last year of this current iteration of the Albert Park circuit It'll be on an F1 game because presumably for F1 2022, the track will be featured in its altered state. Of course, the section I just went through there, we'll see the biggest change as they sort of basically eliminate that chicane, making it more of a straight shot through to this section of the track. And then in a bunch of other places, they're sort of reprofiling some of the corners, making them a little... I think this one that's coming up, they're making a little sharper. And they're making it more severely sharp, I guess you could say. Whereas with some of the others, like turns 1 and 2, and I think a few others, they're making them not as sharp, I guess you could say. I haven't looked at the projected changes for a while, so I haven't really studied them, but I do know that obviously they are making changes to this track, which would have originally been for this year, but they're not going to Australia because of COVID, so next year. Yeah, it's funny how the last 2 tracks on the calendar,
Keep an eye on the lights. The start sequence will begin
game
as soon as the grid has formed.
are
Be
both
ready with the clutch.
seeing changes this year, and I guess next year that won't be in this year's game, so an interesting story there, but nevertheless, 5 red lights, Australia, and we're underway. Trying to cut off Yuki Tsunoda, who, whoa, he went way further down than I would have guessed he would have. I thought I went as low as I could go, but apparently I didn't. And Tsunoda sort of just snuck in there. Oh, hit the curb a little bit. That's better. Instead of worrying about passing Yuki, I just hold him up a little bit. Oh, I was trying to check the damage to the front wing, thanks to Alonso. Figure out how to take this turn. Alonso up the inside. Basically, I'm getting squeezed here. Front wing looks okay. Yeah, I should really just pause it and then just look at the replay camera, and that'll be just a better way to actually handle that. Okay, everything looks okay. We're all good. I can continue. And Yuki Tsunoda has sort of dropped back, stuck behind an Alfa Romeo and a Haas. Okay, so we carry on in P9. And that was a horrible corner. God. So Hamilton's away with the lead. One of the Ferraris is basically holding up the rest of us. And that was never going to work. It's never going to work. Well, actually, it's Perez and the Ferrari, Sainz going side by side that's held up the rest of us. Dive bomb on Lando. You make it work somehow. Now here comes the trouble spot. That's honestly the best I've taken that section the whole weekend. I'm not gonna lie to you. Oh, I didn't realize that both Aston Martins are in the top 10. It's gonna be a big points day for them, if all goes well. Stroll's a little slow. We're gonna make the move to overtake for P7. Oh, that was on me. I thought I cleared him, honestly. If DRS was available, I definitely would have cleared him. Surprised that he's sticking there on the outside of turn 1. I guess because he, in theory, has the better line. But nevertheless, we get through. We are into P7. Now we're chasing after Sebastian Vettel. Feels like I keep forgetting to mention this, but as the last time we checked, we do have the best power unit on the grid. So perhaps that's why we're making headway on the Aston Martins so early in this race. DRS will be open after we take the line here. Still following Sebastian pretty closely here.
DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you are within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
Probably have an opportunity to take him here momentarily. Missed that corner. Not paying attention, missed it again. That's better. Yep, it's that complex, as always, giving me the issues. But honestly prefer not to have issues like that every single lap. If at all possible. I'm not gonna lie though, that, as I said, that corner, that set of complex corners has been a challenge. It's been a bit difficult for me to get through that area. I forget which AlphaTauri is up there. I think it's Bottas? Yes, it is Bottas. Incredible how well Bottas is still managing to run despite being in an AlphaTauri. Not that that car is bad by any means, but he's been regularly up in the top 6 or 7 since the switch, aside from a couple races where he either got a bad qualifying start or, in the case of Italy, in his first race with the AlphaTauri, he had an engine problem. Honestly, DNF'd out of the race. Got DRS on. I forgot that this section was also a DRS zone. I mean, we don't have DRS on Vettel yet, but we're literally right there. We're knocking on the door.
You're losing a small amount of time to the car behind. Keep pushing.
Just have to actually stay within DRS range. I have no idea how I managed to get DRS. I thought I was on the outside, but I guess not. This time I will be in Sebastian Vettel's DRS range. Should make things a little easier for me in terms of following. Well, you got a much better run than Vettel off that corner. We're closing in.
Okay, you're catching the car ahead. We're leading our teammate by 11.7 seconds.
Can't get the pass done that time. Since we have it done yet, we'll do our mid-session save. Dive bomb into turn 3. A little bit more contact than I was expecting. that works too.
Nice work, that brings you up a place.
Oh, Vettel's looking for a move. Did I say Hamilton? I meant Vettel.
There's been an incident on track, but officials aren't looking to push for a safety car right now. Just be careful.
Oh, really? Might be able to get Vettel this time. I let him re-overtake me, but he just doesn't have DRS
We're
this
approaching
time.
the pit window. You'll be on the hards.
That time he got him, though. Now is under attack from his Aston Martin teammate, Lance Stroll. As they all go side by side, which will only help my cause of getting away from them.
Come on, we need to get past.
Stroll did get by Seb, in case you're wondering.
No issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them.
Oh, that
Are
ain't
you
good.
all right? Engine off, engine off.
That is not good. But fortunately, we have the ability to rewind. It's probably the second best time I've taken that complex the whole race weekend. Now we've caught up to Charles Leclerc, Valtteri Bottas, and Sergio Perez. pit window has a slap 10 to 12.
In this lap, push now.
So this is kind of in this lap, I guess will depend on what happens in front of us, I guess, especially if this race is indeed a one-stop. Staying out, because I think I can go a little longer on these tires, as Lance Stroll is the first to come in and pit. Yeah, especially if we are going to the end on medium tires. The longer I can stick it out on these softs, the better. Like Bottas is up there trying to make a move on Sergio Perez. Guess we'll see what happens this lap. I think it's going to depend on what Hamilton does. Hamilton is in. So Lewis Hamilton is in this lap.
Confirmed, we'll receive you at the end of this lap. Affirmative, medium tyres at the next stop.
So, I decided, because I was so close to Bottas and Leclerc, I think I decided to just stay out, run an extra lap to maybe avoid the congestion in the pit lane. Or I guess the potential congestion in the pit lane. Oh, forgot where I was returning to. So Hamilton went on mediums. I presume everyone else will go on mediums as well. And this way I really only have to worry about one car, and that's Daniel Ricciardo in terms of keeping him behind me. Hamilton really won't be stuck behind anyone. Medium, medium. Going medium. Yeah, they're all doing medium tires, so believe that is the right call. guess the question on the call will be whether it was right to stay out an extra lap.
Guan Yu is coming in for his stop.
I think having apologies for the interruption. We carry on. As I was saying, sort of being close to Perez certainly helps us in terms of having a car to drag us along with the DRS, but yeah, I really don't know where we're going to come out.
Understood, stopping this lap. Affirmative, medium tyres at the next stop. Okay, we can take you this lap.
Of course, they'll also be changing the pit lane around a little bit as well. Perez had to wait there for a moment to allow Ricardo to come in.
Go, go, go.
And we're actually going to beat Perez
Go now.
thanks to that holdup.
That was our last stop. No
Here
more
comes
scheduled
Bottas
pit
and
stops.
Leclerc, and for us, it looks like the overcut worked. We stayed on an extra lap, and we gained a position. We are now in P3. So the overcut for us worked like a charm. Though we are probably going to have Bottas breathing down our neck pretty quickly here, so we have to get a move on.
The car behind's catching you at a rate of about 2 seconds a lap.
I don't know about that, Jeff. Bottas has his own problems right now, in the form of Sergio Perez. It looks like Perez actually just overtook Valtteri Bottas. Take a look at that. Oh, Perez around the outside, which turns to the inside. Is he gonna get the move done? Yes, he will. So good job on Sergio Perez to get that spot. Credit to him. Did a great job. To a complete lap 15.
We're catching the car ahead, but be aware that these tyres need to last till the end of the race.
And yeah, my hope is just that the guys behind me keep battling, which will enable me to scoot away and keep P3. Well, that sector was not a particularly good one, and now Perez is closing in. I think Perez clearly has the better car right now. Well, maybe not the better car, but the faster car compared to Bottas. Obviously, Bottas was holding him up.
Gap to car in front is 3.8 seconds.
They gained a little bit of that time back. Might have to take a quick break.
Gap to teammate behind is 30.1 seconds.
In the next lap or two. So we'll see if we're able to do that. Although, interestingly, we are gaining a little bit of time on Carlos Sainz in the Ferrari in P2. Honestly, Kimi Räikkönen's out of the race. I'm guessing that's an engine failure. Of course, this is his penultimate Grand Prix. He'll be retiring at the end of the season. Alfa Romeo will be getting at least one new driver. Pulls up to the side of the track there. Given that he was so far back, I'm guessing that won't be a safety car. Considering the leader is only getting to him now. Oh, now Nikita Mazepin's out of the session. Oh man, safety car's out. Where's Nikita Mazepin? Is he back over here? Is this him? Yep, that's him. Oh, just explodes. Power unit just explodes on his car. Yep, and that second power failure in a span of a lap for Ferrari is going to bring out the safety car. Two cars retiring within the span of a couple corners.
Drop your speed, our delta is too low and we risk a penalty. Slow your pace immediately.
So we have our safety car here. It's going to bunch up the field, and it's should be interesting to see how this affects the race. Hamilton's lead is pretty much wiped away clean. as we are still trying to catch the safety car here.
P3, you are currently in P3. Signs ahead, less than a second separate you. They're on old mediums. Perez behind, the gap behind us is 4.4 seconds. They're on old mediums. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. There are 10 laps to go.
Probably do another lap around to let the field catch up. The back half of the field, anyway. Only, I guess Pierre Gasly has only just caught up to the back of the pack. So to recap the running order, it is Hamilton, Sainz, myself, Perez, Bottas, Leclerc, Vettel, Norris, Ricciardo, and Max Verstappen are in the top 10, followed by Tsunoda, Fernando Alonso, Lance Stroll, who's the only one on the hards, Esteban Ocon, Pierre Gasly, Mick Schumacher, Giovinazzi, Guan Yu Zhou, George Russell, Nicholas Latifi. So there you go. Apologies for that, my controller fell on the floor. Excuse me. Yeah, with Hamilton being the guy out front, I don't think we could win this race. I think we can get second from Sainz, but first is going to be a little bit more challenging, I think. It's going to be a little more challenging.
Safety car is in this lap. Safety car in this lap. Let's make sure those tyres are up to temperature, and remember there is no overtaking until the timing line. Stay in position until the green flags.
Alright, we're back, and we are getting ready for the restart here, which will come with 8 laps to go, I want to say, if I got my math right. Again, Hamilton, I'm not too sure. We'll see what we can do with Carlos Sainz. I think we might be able to pass him for second. Hamilton controlling the restart here. Little too eager. Hit the back of Sainz. They went much earlier than I was expecting. Wow, that's terrible. Terrible. Oh my god, look at the takeoff we got that time though.
Okay, the incident has been cleared. Let's get back up to racing speed.
We're up into P2. Man, I thought we could get Sainz. Didn't think we could get him like that, especially after the several restart attempts we had to work out there. Now, we'll see if we can even try to run down Lewis Hamilton. Give it the old college try, but I don't have my hopes up. Or my hopes aren't high, I should say. Especially with Sainz breathing down my neck. No DRS yet. Could have got a better run through that corner. Well, that didn't work out. Clearly. That was a little better. Hamilton just set the fastest lap of the race.
Hamilton has just put up the fastest lap of the race so far. You're increasing the gap on the car behind by 0.5 per lap.
I could have taken that corner a little better. That clearly did not work out too well. Didn't work out too well
Are
again.
you okay? That was a big one. Confirm you're okay, please.
Let's just cut in the corner, flat out. It's much better.
Okay, the stewards have now enabled DRS. DRS is now online.
Yeah, you can definitely see that our power unit has a much bigger advantage down the straight compared to Lewis. Always tricky, always tricky. Hold your butts, we might be onto something here. So we get the elbows out. Maybe could do that complex of corners a little bit better. Could be improved a little bit more.
We're leading our teammate by 15.6 seconds. have 5 laps of fuel remaining. Tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving.
Starting to get sweaty over here.
We're starting to catch the car in front, but we need to look after the tyres. We won't be making another pit stop. The car behind is dropping back by about 0.3 a lap.
this is plainly corn cutting.
This is your final lap of the race.
Oh.
Nice work, you did well today. I think the boss will be happy with that
I
one.
tried. I am the boss. Tried. Got so close, just
That's a
this close with
spectacular victory
DRS.
then, and with it, the championship is secure. It's been
Man.
a magnificent season, and they thoroughly deserve the cheers of the crowd here today.
So close, hit so far.
Anthony Davidson, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
Without a doubt, the safety car changed everything today. The key to their success was keeping calm and reacting to the situation quickly. We've seen teams in the past throw away wins because they were too hesitant, but here they were decisive, and that's allowed them to take the advantage.
And I can see the drivers starting to approach the podium for the victory celebrations. A real team victory today. Everybody played their part. Congratulations then to Mercedes, your race winners today. So, Anthony Davidson, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
I'm going to give it to the owner-driver today. There was a lot going on all down the field, but they were the only one who I really felt maximised their potential.
It's another clear win for Mercedes as they managed to secure the Constructors' title. An incredible performance for the whole team. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.
Well, that was an eventful Australian Grand Prix. Constructor standings are pretty secure in fourth. The McLaren and Red Bull are going to be duking out for second and third in the final race. Driver standings wise, we have pretty much secured second in our debut season. The fight for third is going to be between Verstappen, Bottas, and Lando Norris. So there you go. It's very sweaty race there at the end.
The fans really seem to enjoy that. You made it look easy. We all underestimated you, didn't we? Interesting result today. Would you say that you're happy with your performance? Is there anything that you think gave you the edge over your rivals? It looks like you've invested heavily in the development of new parts. Appreciate your time.
Winning the rivalry over Bottas. Not sure how much of a time frame we have until the next race in Abu Dhabi. We'll see.
Our running costs are significantly less than the income we're pulling in, I suggest we start looking for opportunities to spend that profit margin.
Okay, well... Morale's high, except for chassis and durability. We can fix that. Aerodynamics again, we got all the regulation change parts all set in. We could look at some of the durability. Can't quite get them yet. Let's look at the activities. It's a lot of time to fill. I guess we could do all of them except for aero department focus, because that knocks morale of everyone else. So we'll do second, driver external training, driver promotional filming, sponsor event promotion, aerodynamic team building, chassis equipment upgrade. So that should take care of itself. Facilities wise, I think I'm going to upgrade the final part of the personnel department to upgrade the pace of the second driver. Let's see, finances. We'll see how much money I get here before I make any other decisions. Aerodynamics department event, okay.
Unfortunately, we need you to step in and make an executive decision here.
There was an accident at the gym this morning. A member of the aerodynamics department was hurt, though luckily not seriously. Still, we risk seeming a bit cavalier if we don't look like we're taking it seriously. What should we do? Sorry, Guan Yu.
Thanks for dealing with that. The department appreciates it.
Don't want to sacrifice the morale of the department. Okay, so I'm gonna make an upgrade, or first actually upgrade to the marketing facility. So that takes care of that. I think we'll leave it like that for now. We'll do some upgrades to the durability. We'll do the gearbox. It's the most important. We'll do... So we'll do control electronics. And then we'll do energy store. So the only things we have to get are the ICE, MGUH, MGUK, and Turbo. We might not be able to get all of them. We basically would have to get 1,000 resource points out of the weekend. But we can get most of them, and I think we'll be okay. So there we go. That was the Australian Grand Prix. And the next race will be the season finale, Season 1, for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix.